Good evening, Namaskar, friends. I once again welcome you to the sports science session in the coach development program. हमने सैटरडे को डॉक्टर मनीलाल को सुना था और उन्होंने हमें रेजिस्टेंस ट्रेनिंग के मोडेलिटीज़, उसके प्रिंसिपल्स और वेरियस जिससे जिन चीज़ों को हम यूज़ करके रेजिस्टेंस ट्रेनिंग कर सकते हैं उन सबको बताया था। विस्तार में काफ़ी डिटेल में हम सबको बताया था और ये भी ही ऑल्सो टोल्ड अस द वेरियस एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ वेरियस modalities of resistance training. He also told us the various principles of resistance training. Today he is going to talk to us once again on the designing of the program of resistance training. So without wasting any time, I'll hand over to Dr. Manilal. Dr. Manilal, please.
Good evening to all. So we are starting our second session. This is as our high performance director said, this session is regarding the program designing, how to make strength training programs for different population. इसके बारे में बात करेंगे. So without wasting the time, I'll just start my lecture. So strength training exercise prescription. Nowadays, it is known as exercise prescription. Just like doctors are prescribing the medicine. When doctors are prescribing the medicine, they follow certain guidelines. First, they will write the name of the medicine. Then the dosage of the medicine. Then the frequency. Then the duration, how many days it is to be taken. And finally, the route, whether it is oral medicine, injection, and so on. So in exercise prescription also, we are following certain steps. So regarding this is the today's discussion. So this I have made it very clear last session. The latest definition of strength. Strength is the ability of the neuromuscular system to produce force. Why I have given this definition? Because when you talk about strength training, we have to concentrate on two aspects. One is the neural system. Second is the muscular system. Now, exercise prescription. How to prescribe suitable exercises, effective exercises, individualized exercises according to the demand of the population. Prescription of appropriate exercise stress is important for optimal physiological adaptation. Appropriate exercise stress. Stress means nothing but load. If the load is not enough, it will not create any positive effect on the body. And no physiological adaptation will take place. So when you are prescribing the exercise, see that you are giving adequate load to stress the musculoskeletal system, because we are going to develop the musculoskeletal system. In literature, it is known as MES, minimum essential strain. अगर उससे कम आप लोड दे रहे हो, it will not develop your strength, it will not develop your muscular endurance or whatever you are supposed to make. It will increase only the appetite. Development of an appropriate strength training program is a complicated process. It is not so easy to make a proper program. Last lecture also I was just mentioning that most of the cases, there is no exercise program as such. Trainers, coaches are coming to the field or inside the weight hall, and they will say, okay, aaj ye karo, wo karo, ye karo, that's all. There is no program. So please keep it in your mind. Today's program is the continuation of yesterday's program. Tomorrow's program should be the continuation of today's program. So it should be chalked out in a proper way. So it is not so easy. You have to sit and make the program. Otherwise, you are just experimenting with the athlete. Your approach is very casual. So this needs a solid understanding of scientific principles that we have already seen and program designing guidelines. So in this lecture, I am going to stress on the program designing guidelines, how to make a program. Please remember the point, different population need different training programs. Athletes are from different sport discipline. Athletes are of different age group, different level of performance, different training phase also. So all these things are to be taken care of. Knowledge of scientific principle help in developing logical and successive plan. Logical and successive. The training program should be progressive in nature. So when you are starting from the preparatory period, slowly it will be, progressive when you are going to competition period. It should be logical and successive. When you are prescribing some exercise, there should be a logic behind it. Why that exercise is given? What do you want to achieve? It should be based on sound rationale, proper justification of the program. So exercise prescription is possible only with exercise prescription. आप कैसा करोगे? Exercise prescription के लिए क्या चाहिए? First, understanding of strength training. Strength training क्या होता है? उसके बारे में. How to develop strength. Strength कौन सा factors के ऊपर dependent है? Last lecture में मैंने बोला था कि it depends on the neural factor, it depends on the muscular factor, it depends on the hormone, it depends on, to some extent, nutrition. Many factors are there. So try to understand what is strength training, the nature of strength training, different training variables. I want to make different training programs. So what variables I can manipulate and make different training programs? I'll speak in detail about this a little later. The training goals. What are the goals? So last lecture I told you that different population will have different training goals. Somebody want to just achieve muscle tone. Somebody want to improve the hypertrophy of the muscle. Somebody's training goal is improvement of strength. Another group, their training goal can be improvement of power. Another group, improvement of muscular endurance. So हर group का training goals अलग हो सकता है. So different programs we require. ये common program नहीं चलेगा according to the training goals. Individuals need. हर individual अलग है in their capacity, in their adaptive windows, in age, level of performance. ये सब. तो हम जब program बनाएंगे, it should be according to the individual's need. वो individual को क्या चाहिए? What is his age? What is his present fitness level? What is the history of his injury? All these things are to be taken care of. Training response. You are giving training. how the individual is responding to your training. Are they improving or stagnating or showing some symptoms of overtraining or getting injury, frequently complaining? So training response को बहुत closely you should monitor the training response. Pre-training status. This I have already made very clear to you. One of the principle of diminishing return. Training an already trained individual is very difficult. So we have to consider his pre-training status. ये कितना साल से training कर रहा है? Formal training. So your program designing is according to his pre-training status. And the sports demand. आपका sports का demand क्या है? How much strength is required in your sport? हम always बोलता है कि more is not always better. Unnecessary strength बढ़ाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. It will be counterproductive if you unnecessarily develop strength. So आपका गेम का डिमांड क्या है, कितना स्ट्रेंथ चाहिए, कौन सा टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ चाहिए, that is to be decided. Then only you can make proper exercise schedule. Now, to make an appropriate program or for program designing, there are 4 steps. You can see one is the needs analysis, first step. Second is the acute program variables. Third, chronic program manipulation. And the fourth one is administrative consents. So we'll have a detailed discussion on each of these variables. Needs analysis. What is needs analysis? It is a starting point of any program design. It is, please try to understand this needs analysis as starting point of any program design. It is not only strength. आपको endurance का program बनाना है या कोई भी fitness component का program बनाना है, first is needs analysis. This is the first step. Needs analysis क्यों? Why to do needs analysis? To determine the need of the individual, need of the sport, and the training goal. अब program designing के बात आता है, there are 3 primary questions. First question, what is your training goal? आपको क्या चाहिए training से? Strength endurance, power, या hypertrophy, या maximum strength, जो भी है. So training goal to be established first. That is your goal. हम उसी में जाना है. Without establishing proper training goal, nobody can make a program. So first question will come, what do you want to achieve? What is your training goal? Second is the individual's need. We have already seen individual का requirement क्या है, उसका training age क्या है, कौन सा exercise suitable है, age wise, performance wise, discipline wise, and the sport demand. मैं एक long distance runner को training करा रहा हूँ, इतना बड़ा strength की जरूरत नहीं है. They don't require so much of strength because it is purely endurance oriented. But still they need strength. How much? That is to be decided. Fitness level, training status of the individual. See, when you go for needs analysis, see the fitness level, the training status of the individual. Now, needs analysis, what is the general focus? Training goal, sports demand, we have already seen that. Individuals need. So you have to assess the individual. Training goal. Establish the primary goal or outcome of the training. Improvement of strength can be one goal. Improvement of power, another goal. Improvement of muscle size, hypertrophy, another. And or muscular endurance. इसमें से कौन सा चाहिए? Be very sure about your training goal. Then after this, establishing the training goal, evaluation of sport. स्पोर्ट का नेचर क्या है, स्पोर्ट का डिमांड क्या है, यूनिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द स्पोर्ट हेल्प्स टू डिजाइन द स्पेसिफिक ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम. अब आपका गेम में क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम ट्रेनिंग ए स्प्रिंटर. स्प्रिंटर मैक्सिमम यूज करता है लोअर एक्सट्रीमिटी. उसको पूरा ज्यादा बेंच प्रेस करा के या अपर एक्सट्रीमिटी बढ़ा के परफॉर्मेंस में ज्यादा फर्क नहीं आता. So I should know the demand of sport, whether it is aerobic based, aerobic based, strength oriented, or technical oriented, or coordination dominating. क्या है स्पोर्ट्स का डिमांड क्या है. मूवमेंट एनालिसिस. अब आपका स्पोर्ट का मूवमेंट्स क्या है. व्हाट टाइप ऑफ मूवमेंट, फॉरवर्ड, backward, squat, lunge, rotation. So all these movements are to be analyzed. मैं एक स्प्रिंटर को ट्रेनिंग करा रहा हूं, it is forward lunge type of movement. In weightlifting, it is squat type of movement. I am training a thrower, it is say rotational type of movement. So movement I have to analyze. कौन सा डायरेक्शन की मूवमेंट है, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ मूवमेंट इट इज, एंड द मसल्स इन्वॉल्व्ड. मूवमेंट एनालिसिस के लिए कौन सा मसल यूज हो रहा है. अपना गेम में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट मसल इट इज टू बी आइडेंटिफाइड. आपको मसल को आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ेगा और प्रोग्राम डिजाइनिंग में ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस ये आइडेंटिफाइड मसल को देना है. अनवांटेड मसल के लिए ज्यादा ट्रेनिंग की जरूरत नहीं है. ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव टू कंसंट्रेट ऑन दैट for a symmetrical development of muscle. The limb movement pattern, what type of movement pattern, type of muscular contraction, concentric, eccentric, isometric, and the speed of contraction. So once again, I am reminding these muscle tissues are highly adaptive tissues. It will adapt according to the training stimulus. तो आपको गेम का डिमांड देख के वैसा ही मूवमेंट पैटर्न लगाना है. If you train the muscle only with low speed, suddenly if you give high speed, muscle catch will be there. It can lead to injury because muscles are not trained accordingly. So ये भी ध्यान में रखना है. It's very important point. Sports demand, strength, power, hypertrophy, muscular endurance. We have already discussed about it. The physiological analysis, second type of analysis, physiological. कौन सा स्पोर्ट्स मेटाबॉलिज्म है, वेदर योर इवेंट इज एनारोबिक इन नेचर और एरोबिक इन नेचर. वो पर्टिकुलर एनर्जी सिस्टम को ट्रेनिंग करके बढ़ाना है. सो सी द स्पोर्ट्स मेटाबॉलिज्म, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी मेटाबॉलिज्म इज डोमिनेंट इन योर स्पोर्ट. एंड फाइनली इंजुरी एनालिसिस. यू मस्ट नो एज ए कोच द प्रीवियस इंजुरी हिस्ट्री ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल. Suppose he had a knee operation or any type of surgery, he is coming back to performance. जब प्रोग्राम डिजाइनिंग करोगे, we have to take care of this. और इंजुरी फिर नहीं होना है. So simply you cannot make a program. So many things are to be taken care of. So needs analysis. Needs analysis is essential for the selection of exercise. आप थरो नीड्स एनालिसिस करने के बाद आप एक्सरसाइज सेलेक्ट कर सकता है. कंसिडरिंग ऑल दीज पॉइंट्स व्हिच आई हैव गिवन, सिलेक्शन ऑफ एक्सरसाइज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Each exercise should be, you should have a proper justification why these exercise is selected. Thousands of exercises are there, n number of exercises are there, but how many exercises you can do in a session? Limited. Maybe 4, 5, 6, whatever. Now each exercise when you are selecting, you should have a proper justification of that exercise selection. Your selection should be appropriate. Your exercise should be effective, specific. Otherwise simply कोई exercise करने से कोई फायदा नहीं है. So exercise selection and how much weight is required for deciding the intensity. कितना weight से करना है. If you are taking a comfortable weight and doing exercises comfortably, it will not fetch you maximum gain. Strength gain मिलेगा ही नहीं. So game के अनुसार, individual का demand के अनुसार हमको training intensity भी decide करना है. Then assessment of the individual. Athlete का need क्या है, goal क्या है, current fitness level कितना है, his training background, I mean formal training history, how many years he has been training formally. तो ये training background हमको दूसरा program बनाने के लिए चाहिए. Exercise technique experience. You are training children. इन लोगों को proper exercise technique या experience नहीं है. So you cannot ask them to do a snatch or clean and jerk or auxiliary weightlifting exercises because exercise technique का experience नहीं है. So this will affect the exercise selection. History of injury. Now this is something about the needs analysis. ये सबसे first step है. Before making any program, please see that you have properly analyzed the needs of the individual, need of the event, and the individual's requirement. Now we are moving to the second part, second step, acute program variables. हमको exercise prescription के लिए मैं अभी बोल रहा था कि doctors are following certain steps. Same way, we are also following certain steps. We have certain variables with us. अगर load देने के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? You can change the variable. You cannot do anything. You manipulate these variables, you will get a different training program. मैं हमेशा क्लास में एक example देते थे, chicken. Chicken is the basic ingredient, the basic thing. You can make n number of dishes out of chicken. Chicken fry, chicken, butter chicken, yeah, I don't know. So many, these are there, chicken 65, chicken 75, whatever. So what is the difference between these dishes? The ingredients are different. For example, chili chicken or garlic chicken. What is the difference? Only ingredients are different. The same thing, when you are making different training programs, these variables which we are going to see right now will be manipulated and you can get an appropriate training program. So let us look into what are the acute training, acute program variables. First one, choice of exercise. आपको exercise choose करना पड़ेगा. Proper exercise, specific exercise, appropriate for the level of performance. Choice of exercise. First, as I have mentioned, doctors क्या करता है? First, name of the medicine. Without name of the medicine, you cannot go to a medical store and say, they will ask, medicine दे दो, कौन सा medicine? So here, which exercise? And second, after selecting the exercise, we have to put it in proper order. Third one, for each exercise, decide the intensity. कितना weight से करना है? Each exercise. Fourth one, number of repetitions and sets. Each exercise कितना number of repetition मारना है और set करना है. Rest intervals between sets. So these are the 5 program designing variables. We will have a detailed discussion on this now. So keep it in your mind. These are the 5 acute program variables: choice of exercise, order of exercise, intensity, number of repetition and sets, and rest interval between sets. So you can see what are these variables. It is nothing but prescription of the training load. ये training load है actually. These are the components of training load or these are the factors of training load. ये सब मिलके आपको load के बारे में पता चलेगा. Otherwise, quantification is not possible. आपका training में कितना लोड दिया पता नहीं चलेगा. So these variables are very important to quantify the training load. We are coming to that now. Acute program variables. क्या है ये? What is that acute program variables? Acute program variables concerns the design of a single specific strength training session. ये 5 variable आप strictly follow करेगा तो you can make only one session program. I repeat once again, you can make only single workout. अब दूसरा workout के लिए फिर ये follow करना पड़ेगा. You have to again follow the same variables. So you can make a specific single training program out of these acute program variables. Allow the quantification of the load. If you strictly follow these variables, you can quantify the load. Otherwise, कितना load दिया, कितना fatigue हुआ, आपको पता नहीं चलेगा. So, quantification of load is absolutely necessary for monitoring purpose. Otherwise, हमको पता नहीं चलेंगे. Make it possible to predict the training response and adaptation. ये वेरिएबल आप प्रोग्राम बनाने के बाद आपको पता चलेगा बॉडी में क्या अडेप्टेशन चाहिए. आई वांट मस्कुलर हाइपरट्रोफी तो मेरा एक्सरसाइज सिलेक्शन अलग होगा, मेरा इंटेंसिटी अलग होगी, नंबर ऑफ रेपिटेशन सेट ज्यादा होगा. सो इट विल गिव मी आइडिया. मेरे को हाइपरट्रोफी बनाना है तो आई विल कॉन्सेंट्रेट मोर ऑन दिस. मुझे मैक्सिमम स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ाना है, मेरा एक्सरसाइज सिलेक्शन अलग होगा, इंटेंसिटी विल बी हाई, number of repetition will be less. So these variables will make it possible to predict the training response and adaptation. Training के बारे में आपका शरीर में क्या होगा, these variables will speak. So variables को strictly follow करना. By manipulating these variables, numerous different workouts can be created. हमारा हाथ में क्या है ऐसे कोच, ये 5 variables है. ये आप इधर उधर मैनिपुलेट कर लो. You change these variable, the training effect will be different, and you will get different workouts. Only these variables आप follow करो. Different workouts for different age group, different level of performance, and for different training goals. So we will have a detailed discussion on this. First one is first variable. Choice of exercise. आप exercise को कैसा चुनेंगे? That's not easy. ऐसा नहीं है जिम के अंदर आके फिर सोचेगा कौन सा मशीन फ्री है या प्लेटफॉर्म फ्री है वही करो. Absolutely wrong. You should come with proper planning. So choice of exercise. As a coach, मैं कैसा exercise चुन सकता हूँ? उसके लिए क्राइटेरिया है. ट्रेनिंग गोल. आपका ट्रेनिंग गोल क्या है? एक्सरसाइज सिलेक्शन विल बी एब्सोल्युटली डिफरेंट. पावर के लिए एक्सरसाइज अलग है, हाइपरट्रोफ के लिए एक्सरसाइज अलग है, मस्कुलर एंडोरेंस के लिए एक्सरसाइज अलग है. सो डिफरेंट ट्रेनिंग गोल्स के लिए डिफरेंट एक्सरसाइजेस. सो फर्स्ट इज द ट्रेनिंग गोल. सेकंड, मसल ग्रुप टू बी ट्रेन्ड. कौन सा मसल ट्रेन करना है? So if you know the name of the muscles, its action, its role, for example, prime mover, assistant mover, stabilizer, neutralizer, whatever. So we focus on the those muscles which are prime movers in the movement. So muscle group to be trained. कौन सा muscle आपका इवेंट में कौन सा muscle dominant है, वो muscle को identify करना है, and that muscle group will be trained. उसका फर्दर एक्सप्लेनेशन, अगर वो मसल आइडेंटिफाई नहीं किया तो एक्सरसाइज सिलेक्शन पॉसिबल नहीं है. अभी मैं बोल रहा था कि एक सेशन में हाउ मेनी एक्सरसाइज यू कैन अकोमोडेट. शरीर में बहुत सारा मसल्स है, वो पूरा मसल के लिए आप एक्सरसाइज एक सेशन में नहीं कर सकते. सो आइडेंटिफाई द मसल ग्रुप. स्पोर्ट्स डिमांड. स्पोर्ट्स का डिमांड क्या है? वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट इट. मूवमेंट पैटर्न. कौन सा मूवमेंट पैटर्न है आपका स्पोर्ट्स में? Then muscle balance. This is very important point. Muscle balance. Normally, हमारा training में क्या होता है? We train one muscle group and leave the another muscle. For example, हम quadriceps के लिए बहुत सारा exercise करते हैं, लेकिन hamstring के लिए नहीं करते. So there is an imbalance of the muscle. Last lecture में I told most of the muscular injuries are because of muscle imbalance. Symmetrical development नहीं है. So muscle balance ध्यान में रखे exercise selection करना है. And there are 4 types of muscle balance, left and right. Normally right side is wrong, we are right-handers. Left side is weak. Normally. Certain cases you need equal strength. Weightlifting, मैंने बोला था, gymnastics, or these kind of rowing. You need equal strength of right and left hand. And similarly, sprint or triple jump, you need equal strength of your both the lower limbs. So right and left side balance देखना है. Upper body, lower body. Normally, upper body is strong. I have seen in gymnasium, they come and do a lot of bench press, a lot of biceps curl because वही दिखता है. And very poor quadriceps, lower extremity है ही नहीं. So that imbalance will be there, upper body, lower body. Then agonist, antagonist. This is also very important. Opposite muscles. So here, if you want to have a proper muscle balance, एक exercise आप agonist को, for example, biceps को दे रहा है, then you must do an exercise for triceps. If you do an exercise for abdomen, you must do exercise for back. If you do an exercise for quadricep, you must do exercise for hamstring. So agonist, antagonist. Then only the muscle balance will be maintained. Exercise technique experience. आपका ट्रेनिंग का exercise experience क्या है? Technique experience. Whether they know, say, classical lifts, Olympic lifts, or different difficult exercises, इनका technique मालूम है कि नहीं? And the modalities what you are using. Free weights, of course, you have to design the program, and one should know the proper exercise technique. Then machine and other modalities. So technique experience of the athlete to be taken care of. Performance level. When I am choosing the exercise, I have to consider what level of performer he is. Beginner के लिए exercise selection अलग है. Intermediate के लिए अलग है. Elite class के लिए अलग है. Beginner के लिए आप सबसे easiest exercise I was talking about the regression progression. Most simple exercises you will select for beginner. Little more tough exercise for intermediate, and of course, more specific, very tough exercise will be elite class. So their performance level to be considered while choosing the exercise. The training phase. कौन सा training phase में आपका athlete? Preparatory period, competition period, transitional period. What exercise I am choosing in the preparatory period will be entirely different in competition period and in transitional period. So normally training में क्या होता है? If you ask anybody, you abdomen strengthen के लिए एक exercise बताओ, so everyone will say sit-ups. So what we will do, we are doing sit-ups. Preparatory period also sit-ups, competition period also, transition period also. So there is no progression. Training phase के अनुसार we have to select different exercises in a progressive way. Availability of equipment and training time. When you are designing the program, whether the equipment is available or not. Say I'm designing a training program with very sophisticated instrument and I don't have that program, nahi chalega. And another one is training time. This is also very important. Suppose I am training children. They have to attend the school. So they may not be able to spend 2 hours in the morning for my strength training program. They have limited time. So within that limited time, I have to train all the major muscle groups. So उसके लिए कौन सा suitable exercise होगा? I have to consider and select the most suitable exercise which I can do within limited time. Age and fitness level. Of course, adolescents, those who are not sexually matured, ये लोगों का strength training की exercise ही अलग है. Just last lecture, someone asked me, and I was mentioning about pre-adolescent stage. Normally, we select a different modality. We give exercise with medicine balls, small dumbbells, and so on. So age factor to be considered and the fitness level. So you can just look into एक exercise select करने के लिए क्या-क्या difficulty है. If you want to really properly exercise selection करना है तो these all steps are to be followed. Now, strength training exercise का classification. Exercise can be classified in several ways. Normal classification हम बोलता है कि general exercise, specific exercise, competition exercise, or exercise according to the muscle group, shoulder exercise, abdominal exercise, or the equipment being used like medicine ball exercise, dumbbell exercise, barbell exercise. But when you classify the strength training exercises, it's a different classification. The first category is known as structural exercises. Structural exercise. So structural exercise क्या है? What is the nature of structural exercise? It is multi-joint. It is multi-joint. मतलब ये है कि when you do the exercise, several joints are involved in that exercise. Say for example, a squat. When you do a squat, your hip joint, your knee joint, your ankle joint is involved. इसको बोलते हैं multi-joint exercise. And it is weight bearing. Your body weight is also involved in that. I am doing a squat. I have to overcome my own body weight also. That is a weight bearing exercise. Structural exercise का एक nature ये है. Then comes supplemental exercise. दूसरा category. Supplemental exercise is also multi-joint. ये भी multi-joint. लेकिन difference is that it is non-weight bearing. Your body weight is not involved in that. So I can give an example. Bench press. You are laying on the bench. Your body weight is resting on the bench. And you are doing a bench press. Again, in bench press, your wrist joint, your elbow joint, and your shoulder joint is involved. ये भी multi-joint है, लेकिन non-weight bearing. अपना body weight उसमें नहीं है. I am sitting and doing a leg press. Body weight is stabilized. ये भी multi-joint है, but non-weight bearing. इसको बोलता है supplemental exercises. And third category is called isolation. Isolation or single joint. So ये exercise में only one joint is involved. Say for example, a biceps curl, a triceps curl, a wrist curl. ये सभी isolation exercise, single joint exercise. So these are the categories. Now let us have a little more explanation on these points. Other categories are, one is unilateral, means single hand or single leg, bilateral, both the limbs, concentric, eccentric, isometric. These are the categories of exercises. Now, these are the classifications we have already seen. Now, structural exercise, multi-joint exercise है, weight bearing है, we have already seen. High skill involvement. जब आप structural exercise करोगे, ये actually we need skill. We need the technical efficiency to perform that. So level of skill is high and stressing more muscles. High metabolic demand. neural response, hormonal response. Now metabolic, now when you do a structural exercise, lot of muscle mass is involved. Say you are doing a squat. Squat is one of the best example. Lot of muscles are involved. Your total lower extremity is involved. So it involves muscle mass. जब ज़्यादा muscle mass के लिए आप exercise करोगे, definitely the metabolic demand is also high. And the neural response. Multi-joint exercise करने के बाद आपको neuromuscular coordination भी बढ़ेगा. You have to coordinate several muscles. So neural response, at the same time hormonal response also. So this is the advantage of structural exercise. And directly or indirectly loading the spine. This is very important point. आपका spine का ऊपर load होगा when you do a structural exercise. Now coming to the second category, auxiliary is also multi-joint. हमने देखा है non-weight bearing. So when these two things are there, it is very clear that it involves less muscle mass. जब less muscle mass है, your muscle metabolic demand also less, neural communication is also less, and the hormonal response is also less. So we can say it is less powerful than the structural exercise. And isolation, single joint, only one joint, only targeted muscle will work, one muscle will group will work, and reduced skill level. एक biceps curl करने के लिए, एक triceps curl करने के लिए कोई बहुत बड़ा skill की जरूरत नहीं है. So these are the categories of exercise. Now we have come to the second step of program designing, that is order of exercise. हमने exercise चुन लिया. You have selected the exercises, considering all these factors. Now the second task is put it in proper order. Why order? Proper sequence of exercise for best training effect. अगर आपको best training effect मिलना है, उसको proper order बनाना है. And order of exercise affect the quality of effort or technique of another exercise. अगर हम proper order नहीं follow कर रहा है, it will affect the next exercise. For example, I want to do a structural exercise. उससे पहले single joint exercise करके body को थकावट कर दिया, body को fatigue कर दिया, I cannot do the structural exercise. So there must be a proper order. It should not affect the second exercise, and definitely we have to preserve the intensity also. अगर intensity level आपको maintain करना है, so strict order of exercise to be followed. There are three basic workouts. Total body workout. Fitness वाला total body workout करता है, and they select more number of exercise, and order भी ऐसा है. Upper body, lower body. Suppose I want to do more number of exercise, I'll split my the exercise program into two split routine. One day I will train for upper extremity. Second day I train for lower extremity. Split routine and targeted muscle groups. So targeted muscle group means normally the bodybuilders, they follow this. They train for only one group of muscle because they need muscle definition. Proper muscle ka definition बढ़ाना है. They are not doing for performance or power and all. Muscle size and the proper definition of muscle. So they do targeted muscle group workouts. Now what is the order? First order is large to small muscle group. So whichever exercise involve large muscles should be done first, and second towards small muscles. So large muscle का जो भी exercise है वो पहले करना है, because large muscle can lift more weight, so intensity भी ज़्यादा रहेगा, and it has to be done first. Finally small muscle. अगर squat है, squat पहले करना है, biceps का last में करना. Structural supplemental isolation. This should be the order. अगर ये तीनों में exercise category है आपका workout में, So first we will go for structural, then supplemental, and finally isolation. Priority system. There is another system called priority. आपका priority क्या है? Means I am training a sprinter, my priority goes to lower extremities. I am training a swimmer, my first priority is upper extremity. So looking into the priority, the primary demand of the sport, I can follow a priority system. Push-pull exercise. So different movement patterns are there. Pull exercise, push exercise, squat exercise, lunge exercise. मैंने उसके बारे में बोल रहा था. So after doing one push exercise, next exercise can be pull. So this order we can follow. Push, pull exercise, alternated. Upper body, lower body. एक upper body का exercise करो, second exercise lower body, so that you will get rest. वो muscle group को आपको rest मिल जाएगा. So normally we do in circuit training and all upper body, lower body sequence. If it is classical, I mean weightlifting, normally we follow classical, semi-classical power. If snatch is there, it has to be done first. Then some auxiliary exercise, say power clean and power, last में pulls, yeah, squat. So highly complex, technically demanding to least complexity. ये है order. So you can have all these type of orders. There are further, like say compound system. There are many other bodybuilding system also involved. I have not mentioned about it. I have given the normal exercise order, common exercise order. Now coming to the third acute program variable is the exercise intensity. The most important variable. Your training outcome, your training adaptation, everything is depending upon the intensity, how much weight you are using. So intensity is the most, you change the intensity, everything will change. The whole effect will be different. Yeah. It's a major stimulus for training adaptation. Depends on the training goal. मेरा training goal power है, the exercise intensity will be different. मेरा exercise goal maximum strength है, intensity will be different. अगर muscular endurance है, intensity will be low. So depends on the training goal. Intensity is relative, मतलब it is different from person to person. You cannot give equal weight to everyone. You have to see the capacity. उस दिन हम बोल रहे थे कि 1 arm, you have to take all structural exercises, core exercises का 1 arm लेना है. Selection of intensity depends on आप intensity कैसे select करोगे. Exercise selected, कौन सा exercise है, structural है, intensity will be different. Isolated है, you cannot do 100 kg biceps curl, but 100 kg squat आप कर सकता है. So exercise selected, कौन सा exercise आपने select किया है. Second, individual's training background, elite class, beginner. Intensity is always calculated from the maximum. So हमेशा आपको ये 1 arm frequently करना पड़ेगा. 1 arm or percentage of 1 arm. Sometimes 1 arm आप ले नहीं सकते कुछ exercise में. For example, push-ups, pull-ups. There is no 1 arm. So we go for a repetition maximum. कितना repetition आप मार सकते हैं? Total number of repetitions. That is the intensity. Then arm range. ये हम last lecture में भी मैंने बोला था when I spoke about progression, how to achieve progression. It can be with percentage of 1 arm, absolute weight, or arm range. So I have given this method of increasing resistance exercise, increase relative percentage. So I will just show you because time is less. You can note down or you can ask for this slide. So this we have already discussed, so I will just skip it off. Increase absolute amount. This you can get it. Now, the load intensity based on the training goal, I can give you one example. You can just look into, this is an approximate intensity. Training goal, my training goal is strength. So what can be the percentage of load of 1 RM? It should be 80% and above. 80% and above. And goal repetition 1 to 6. Intensity ज़्यादा है तो naturally repetition will be less. 1 to 6. अगर आप 6 से ज़्यादा कर सकता है, that means your intensity is different. It is not the actual 1 RM. Now power 75-85%, 3 to 5 repetitions. Hypertrophy, more number of repetition. Muscular endurance again more. So you can see the load percentage. This is very approximate load percentage, an average I have given. Now coming to the fourth one, number of repetitions and set. For proper training effect, select optimum number of repetitions and set. Kitna repetition marna hai? If you are doing according to your convenience, it will never give you training effect. So each and every exercise, it is designed this many repetition marna hai. Usse zyada nahi, usse kam bhi nahi. Similar with the sets. Number of repetition do not have to be the same for all exercise. हमारा पास अगर 5 exercise है, ये 5 exercise का intensity, number of repetition will be different. जो heavy weight आप use कर रहे हैं, उसका number of repetition कम है. Isolated exercise है last में, उसका repetition obviously ज़्यादा होगा. So it depends on exercise, it will be different. It depends on training goal. Maximum strength, repetition will be different. Just now we have seen the table. Intensity of exercise, training status of the individual, number of muscle group trained per workout. All these criteria to be followed. Several systems are sensitive to training volume. आप जब volume बढ़ाओगे, volume कम करोगे, your nervous system will respond in a different way. Your metabolic system will respond to a different way, and the hormonal and muscular system. Hormonal system will be different. So the amount of testosterone you can find different in different training protocols. Single set may be appropriate for beginners. Beginner के लिए एक exercise का single set. Single set मतलब a stipulated number of repetition will be given. For example, say 5 repetition. एक एक्सरसाइज का 5 रेपिटेशन करके दूसरा एक्सरसाइज में जाएंगे. There is no multiple number of sets, single, and multiple set for advanced athlete. एक एक्सरसाइज का different number of sets मारेंगे वो लोग, because their low tolerance capacity, their fitness is different. When multiple sets are used, the structure is to be determined. कौन सा loading pattern follow करना है. So here, if I want to speak, it takes a lot of time. So I can just give an example. Loading patterns are mainly, we are following pyramid form. It can be a narrow pyramid, it can be a wide pyramid, it can be double pyramid, it can be skewed pyramid, it can be flat pyramid also. So several loading patterns are there. Aapko kaun sa chahiye? When I was the national coach, when I was training my weightlifters, my first preference was a flat pyramid. That means if my target weight is 90 kilogram, 90%, they have to do 4 sets of 90%. So ye kabhi attempt lose nahi karenge. The muscle will be strictly adapted to that. So it depends on the coach and the program. Optimal number of repetition and sets are important for proper training outcomes. So we have to design. Then only you can achieve proper training outcome. Higher intensity, low rep. It depends on the type of exercise. Low intensity, low reps. ये बोलने की क्या कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Now you can see the number of repetition according to the training goal, an approximate. General fitness के लिए you can have more number of repetition, 8 to 15 repetition, and 1 to 2 sets. 1 to 2 इसलिए कि they are beginners. I have made it very clear that beginners के लिए single set is enough, because target is general fitness. They don't want to make a huge muscles. They are not going to compete. They don't want power. They don't want maximum strength. Yeah, sorry, there was some disturbance. Then muscular endurance, muscular hypertrophy, muscular strength, power. You can see the repetitions are different and sets are also different. Now the last variable, length of rest interval between sets. We are giving some rest period in between the sets. Set is nothing but after a stipulated number of repetitions. A fixed number of repetition is set बोलता है. Set के बाद थोड़ा सा rest. So length of the rest interval influences the hormonal response. Sometimes I am giving a long recovery. Sometimes I am giving very short recovery. It affects the hormonal system. It affects the metabolic system. So when I am changing the rest interval, it mainly affects the hormonal and metabolic response to resistance training. Depends on training goal. अगर आप maximum strength के लिए काम कर रहे हो, you are using heavy weights, so rest interval obviously ज़्यादा होगा. Rest interval will be more because intensity is high. Strength and power, hypertrophy and muscular endurance, the rest intervals are different. It depends on the exercise intensity. High intensity, rest interval will be obviously more. Athletes training status, targeted energy system. आप anaerobic training system में काम कर रहे हैं, you have to give proper recovery. Otherwise, the same load cannot be repeated. Intensity goes down, the quality of exercise goes down. So the purpose will be defeated. Targeted energy system. And ACSM, American College of Sports Medicine. I just made a mention in my previous lecture. ACSM recommends 2 to 3 minutes rest interval between structural exercise and 1 to 2 minutes between assistance exercise. And for strength endurance, high repetition. Repetition is more. 25 repetitions are there. In that 1 to 2 minutes. And for high intensity strength endurance, 10 to 15 repetition, less than 1 minute. So this is the recommendation given by American College of Sports Medicine. So this is another table. You can just have a look. Training goals, general fitness, rest interval 30 to 90 seconds. Muscular endurance, again, it can be less than 30 seconds or it can be less than just 1 minute. Hypertrophy, 30 to 90 seconds. That means up to 1.5 minutes. Power, 2 to 5 minutes. So muscular strength and power. These two variables के लिए आपको ज़्यादा rest interval देना पड़ेगा because the intensity of exercise is more. In second case, power, it is not only the muscular system, nervous system is also involved. So nervous system को भी rest देना है. So we give 2 to 5 minutes rest or 3 to 5 minutes rest. Thank you. This is something about these 2 steps of program designing. Tomorrow we will continue further. Another 2 variables. That means the periodization of strength abilities and certain administrative concerns. Thank you for your patient listening.
Thank you, Dr. Manilal. Thank you very much for explaining each and every point इतनी अच्छी तरह से और इतनी सरल तरीके से. अब मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि Q&A में काफ़ी सारे क्वेश्चंस हैं, आप वो लें.
Yes, sir.
कल कई लोगों का क्वेश्चन था कि 1 RM को आप एक्सप्लेन कर दें.
1 RM.
हाँ, ये क्वेश्चन था कल कई लोगों का,
ओके ओके,
तो
नो
आई
प्रॉब्लम.
वुड रिक्वेस्ट कि एक बार 1 RM को एक्सप्लेन कर दें जरा बड़े मतलब सिंपल
Okay,
तरीके से.
okay, sir, I got it. 1 RM means 1 repetition maximum. 1 repetition maximum का meaning ये है कि how much weight you can lift in a particular exercise without external help and without deviating from the proper technique. I repeat once again. 1 RM की मतलब है कि एक मेनली स्ट्रक्चरल एक्सरसाइज का होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल स्क्वाट. ए स्क्वाट एक्सरसाइज विदाउट एक्सटर्नल हेल्प, विदाउट डिविएटिंग फ्रॉम द टेक्निक, आप जितना मैक्सिमम कर सकता है. एंड रेपिटेशन इज ओनली 1. जब आप 1 RM करोगे, यू विल टेक वेरी लो वेट, 4-5 रेपिटेशन मारा, again little more, you add another 4-5 repetition till you warmed up properly. आपका वार्म अप हो गया, then every time you are adding, performing only 1 repetition and 2-3 minutes rest, proper rest, then you will again attempt the weight till a point will come you cannot lift the weight without external help. वही point तक जाना है, that is called 1 RM. So 1 RM will give your capacity. There are other ways also, but 1 RM is the best. लेकिन 1 RM का एक डिफिकल्टी भी है, अगर आपको एक्सरसाइज टेक्निक नहीं आते, then it is difficult, or you have less experience. कोई नया आया, उससे 1 RM लेना भी रिस्क है. How one can know about the adequate weight with respective individual difference? यही है. This is the same answer. You have to go for 1 RM testing. Then otherwise you will never come to know the capacity of the individual. So 1 RM is a must. There are tables also available. You can predict 1 RM, but I don't think it is very accurate. So 1 RM. What is next? Movement analysis and corrective movement pattern. How to incorporate movement analysis and corrective movement pattern. So this is a needs analysis, a part of needs analysis about your game, about your sport. कौन सा movement है? For example, I am training a fitness aspirant. इनका daily activities क्या है? What is his daily activities? और वो एक्टिविटीज के लिए कौन सा मसल है? आई हैव टू एड्रेस दोस मसल्स. जब गेम खेलने वाला है तो कौन सा मसल्स ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व है इन दैट पर्टिकुलर स्पोर्ट, दैट इज टू बी आइडेंटिफाइड. और उसको मूवमेंट पैटर्न क्या है? मैं लास्ट लेक्चर में आई वाज गिवन दैट एग्जांपल. आई एम ट्रेनिंग वॉलीबॉल प्लेयर. द मूवमेंट ऑलवेज दे डू वर्टिकल जंपिंग फॉर ब्लॉकिंग, फॉर स्मैशिंग. सो द पैटर्न ऑफ मूवमेंट यू कैन सी. A front squat, sitting and getting up, they do the same movement pattern while blocking, while smashing. So देखो आपका गेम में क्या मूवमेंट है, कैसा मूवमेंट है. मैं अभी भी बोल रहा था ये इसमें there are different type of movement pattern: squat movement, lunge movement, push movement, pull movement, and rotatory movement. So I think it is clear. There is a question regarding when we are in off season, whether we should conduct trial once in 3 months. Transitional period normally we don't conduct after the competition. Only to maintain the general fitness you can do comfortably. But nowadays, you know what the main idea of rehabilitation. Transitional period is rehabilitation also. आपका प्रीवियस ट्रेनिंग फेज में अगर कोई इंजरी हुआ you can strengthen those muscles. Concentrate more on rehabilitation and make the muscle taut. There is no need of one arm testing there. When you come back to the training, then we will go for one arm testing. What is the difference between power and strength? This I had already explained last lecture. Strength and power exercise mein kya farak hai? If we are doing an exercise with speed involving multi-joint, it's a power exercise. See, a squat, it's a strength exercise. A snatch is a power exercise. A power snatch is a power exercise. So power means exercise, and the strength and speed both are involved. That is power in very simple ways. How we can find out the intensity of exercise in own body weight exercise. This also I have already explained. It is called repetition maximum. Kitna repetition aap maar sakta hai. For example, in pull-ups, in push-ups, in sit-ups, and you take the total number of exercise, total number of repetition performed without deviating from the technique. That is the 100%. I have 30 athletes in compact sport and in their strength training schedule in gym. How I should manage each of them? This is another question. This is coming in my next lecture. Suppose you have more number, you have to divide into different groups. Oh, next lecture mein aayega. How to decide regression, progression, regression method. There is no method. You should know the character of exercise. कौन सा exercise easy है, कौन सा exercise tough है. It depends on the intensity and it depends on the number of muscle groups involved, the joints involved, and so on. फिर same exercise के लिए easiness. मैं कल last lecture में बोल रहा था कि for example a seated press, your body is resting and doing a shoulder press is easy. You need not to balance. Second is a military press. Difficulty is more because you have to stand and you have to balance your body plus the external resistance. Then comes single arm. Again, more imbalance. And finally push press. You will come on toes when you do a push press. So degree of difficulty is more. So you see the movement pattern and the load involved. What is set principle? These are already over. Please don't ask any question only for the sake of asking question. How to incorporate movement analysis, and this is already answered. More definition for supplemental exercise. So supplemental exercise, I have already told, that is also multi-joint exercise, but non-weight bearing. Apna body weight isme nahi hai. And I have given 2-3 examples. One is bench press. Your body is resting on the bench. So your upper body is resting. Body uthane ke koi zarurat nahi hai. And you are handling only a weight and pushing it up. Bench press. Similarly, seated leg press. Body weight is not there. Body weight is not involved. So that is a supplemental exercise. Multi-joint but non-weight bearing. And ye bhi dhyan rakhna ki weight bearing exercises are more powerful. Agar aapko skeletal system ka adaptation chahiye, bone, what happens when you do strength training? The bone will adapt to the stress. By increasing the rigidness, your bone will become more rigid, more tough. when you do proper strength training. So what happens when you load the skeletal system? There is a small deformity of the skeletal system because of load, and your bones will start adapting to that by increasing the bone proteins like osteoclast, osteoblasts, and so on. So muscle will become very, very rigid. ये एडवर्टाइजमेंट आता रहता है कि कोई ड्रिंक्स पिएगा तो बोन डेंसिटी बढ़ेगा. एब्सोल्युटली नो. बोन डेंसिटी बढ़ाने के लिए एक ही तरीका है, इट्स ओनली नेचुरल वे इज स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग. How can we fix intensity level for functional strength training? Yeah, intensity. See, intensity I have already told. Please don't forget this thing. Intensity is relative. It is different from person to person. I cannot pinpoint one intensity. ये intensity से काम करो. You have to see how much he can lift the weight or how much is the one arm. And functional training के लिए, functional training, it is more or less movement oriented, movement based. That resistance is not that important. Movement is important. Now, we have a gymnasium in Sai South Center, and one part of that gymnasium is kinesis. So, gymnasium में क्या हो रहा है? We are developing the muscles. आप muscle के लिए exercise दे रहा है. Movement. So muscle को develop करके movement में लाना है. It's that is what I was telling about the functional training. Functional training you can do with even less weight, but more specific type of movements. So a comfortable weight which will not restrict the movement quality. Yeah, there is a question about the breathing pattern to be followed. Don't hold the breath when you lift the weight. Normal breathing pattern. But while lifting the weight, you have to hold the breath. Then after a stipulated number of repetitions, breathe out. Suppose I am doing, say, 5 repetitions. After each repetition, I can breathe in, breathe out. Don't hold the breath throughout the repetitions. There are several questions are repeated, and I don't know how much time is there further. So if you have it,
sir, I will. I'm just seeing the questions.
Yeah.
यहाँ पर एक question है, which is a bit interesting, which I will like to ask you. Please tell difference between maximum strength and explosive strength.
Yeah.
He is one of our coaches in the NCOAs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's asking this question, what is the difference between maximum strength and explosive strength? He's saying, because as per my experience as a sportsman and as a coach, I find it difficult in distinguishing between two.
Yeah.
Because according to me, we can lift maximum when we lift with speed.
Yeah.
Then what is the difference between maximum and explosive? Practically, okay. Not theoretically.
Okay, theoretically. Sir, strength can be classified in different ways. Strength ability can be classified according to the type of contraction. So accordingly, it can be eccentric strength, it can be concentric strength, it can be isometric strength. Now coming to another category, strength can be classified according to the level of effort. कितना effort आप लगा रहे हैं, उसके अनुसार first one is called maximum strength, second is called explosive strength, and third is known as strength endurance. So maximum strength means, I can roughly say the meaning of maximum strength means the maximum weight, maximum possible weight you can lift in one attempt with the help of your muscular strength. So jitna weight aap utha sakta hai ek with your capacity, that is maximum strength. Explosive strength is actually combination of two, strength and speed. Explosive strength and speed. तो ऑब्वियसली अगर आपको स्पीड चाहिए तो इंटेंसिटी कम होना चाहिए, वेट कम होना चाहिए। मैक्सिमम वेट के साथ आप वेलोसिटी आई मीन स्पीड नहीं बढ़ा सकते। सो एक्सप्लोसिव स्ट्रेंथ मींस इट्स अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ स्पीड एंड स्ट्रेंथ बोथ। एंड एक्सप्लोसिव स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ाने के लिए ये दोनों एस्पेक्ट को ट्रेन करना पड़ेगा, स्पीड को भी ट्रेन करना है, स्ट्रेंथ को भी ट्रेन करना है। एंड एक्सप्लोसिव स्ट्रेंथ ऐसा है, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन स्पोर्ट टू स्पोर्ट। कुछ एक्सप्लोसिव इवेंट स्ट्रेंथ ओरिएंटेड है, कुछ एक्सप्लोसिव इवेंट स्पीड ओरिएंटेड है। तो इसमें व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ स्पीड एंड स्ट्रेंथ, यू हैव टू डिस्टिंग्विश। ओके, आई थिंक इट इज क्लियर।
Thank you very much. That was a
Thank you,
very
sir.
nice
Thank you.
explanation. I hope the coach has understood what I have understood.
Very basic things, sir.
Now I will just request Dr. Pralay Majumdar to add something.
Thank you, Dr. Manilal. It's wonderful, and it's wonderful. There is no second thought about that. It's
Thank you,
really,
sir. Thank you very much.
really, I personally, I enjoyed a lot. And I think जो भी सुन रहे हैं across the nation, they might have clarified their doubt. And मेरा एक गुजारिश है आपसे कि जो हमारे काफ़ी सारे NCOE के बच्चे जो लोअर एज ग्रुप में ट्रेनिंग कराते हैं, particularly up to the age of 12, particularly gymnastics, and उसके बारे में हम ज़्यादा बात नहीं की। तो ये अगर पॉसिबल है, कल एक छोटा सा कैप्सूल अगर उसमें अगर निकाल सकते हैं, क्योंकि जो स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग का जो मेजर लिमिटेशन है वो बच्चे मतलब है एलाइट लेवल द पीपल अंडरस्टैंड, बट इन अ बिगिनर्स लेवल पर्टिकुलरली इन और अदर वे आई विल रिक्वेस्ट गर्ग जी, आप थोड़ा टाइम निकाल के एक और सेशन मनीलाल जी के दीजिए, ताकि वो ये इशू एड्रेस कर सकते हैं, जहाँ से हमारे बहुत सारे बच्चे और बहुत सारे कोच जो बिगिनर्स को लेके ट्रेनिंग कराते हैं, वो उनको काफी सारे डाउट क्लैरिफाई हो जाएगा। तो
जरूर सर, ये बहुत अच्छा आपका सुझाव है। दिस इज अ वंडरफुल सजेशन फ्रॉम डॉक्टर मजूमदार. I think we will have a separate session on this totally.
That's wonderful.
We can easily see when we can program this, and we will have a separate session, so that I fully agree that a lot of STCs और बाकी सेंटर्स में बच्चों से ज़्यादा स्टार्ट होता है, तो हम उनकी स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग को कैसे डिज़ाइन करना है उसके ऊपर डॉक्टर मनीलाल से रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि वो एक अलग से सेशन लें।
बिल्कुल, otherwise it's wonderful, it's amazing. Thank you Manilal, thank you very much.
Thank you.
आज हमारे साथ डॉक्टर सरला भी हैं, जो हमारे NIS पटियाला की मेन हेड ऑफ साइंस डिपार्टमेंट हैं। डॉक्टर सरला, would you like to add something?
I've been listening to his past 2 days sessions. It's excellent, and I think this is the area where we have to concentrate to reduce injuries. And if we are looking at an Olympic medal, I think this is a start, and we have people in our own setup who can educate. I think the same classes should be taken by Dr. Manilal to design the training programs of all the coaches. I think we should be a success in that. It is wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Saju can also add something.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Manilal, for having an insight on the, this 2 days of 2 days sessions, especially on topic modalities of strength training, and also emphasizing on principles of training, prescription of training, that is today. His vast experience of more than 30 years in coaching and training, national and international athletes have been displayed through this session today. The advantages and disadvantages of each modalities of exercising were explained in detail, and the various principles of training, prescription of training which needs to be followed and practiced were discussed with practical examples. I think these modalities of exercising, prescription of exercising can be utilized by physios, rehabilitators, athletic therapists, trainers, and coaches. I hope all could apply the various modalities of developing various strength manipulation of training by introducing various variability and specificity, along with modification in load dynamics from time to time, and also ensuring the principles of training is applied in a systematic way, leading to elite sports performance. Thank you, Dr. Manilal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saju. Tomorrow we will hear other panelists also, and we will hear their views tomorrow. And it just remains with me कि मैं फिर से डॉक्टर मनीलाल को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दूं, और उनका जो सेशन था, मैंने भी इतने सारे नोट्स बनाए हैं और मुझे उम्मीद है कि कोचेस ने भी नोट्स बनाए होंगे। हम ये पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि ये जो सेशंस हो रहे हैं इनकी स्लाइड्स आपको, इनकी जो प्रेजेंटेशंस है वो सभी कोचेस को मिल जाएं। हम सारे ग्रुप्स में ये स्लाइड्स मैं ज़रूर दूंगा, और कोचेस से ये निवेदन होगा कि वो अपने जितने बाकी कोचेस हैं जो हमारे अगर ग्रुप्स में नहीं है तो उनको भी ये स्लाइड्स दिलवा दें, जिससे कि सबको ये सारी चीज़ें मालूम पड़ जाएं। थैंक यू वेरी मच। अब मैं सेशन खत्म करूंगा और डॉक्टर मनीलाल से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि वो मुझे दोनों सेशंस की स्लाइड्स भेज दें।
Yes, sir. Sure. I'll send you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
And हम कल फिर से 5 बजे मिलेंगे और
Yes, sir.
डॉक्टर मनीलाल का थर्ड लेक्चर, फाइनल नहीं, थर्ड लेक्चर सुनेंगे। फाइनल लेक्चर तो हम देखेंगे वो कब देंगे।
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Goodbye.